All right, Shalom. I want to start off, man, as always, by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. The honor is unto the apostles, to the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love to the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And once again, man, back with another morning lesson to the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem, Shai. And I pray that it's edifying, all right? Today I want to speak about, today I want to go into Habakkuk chapter 2 in the NLT Bible, read a few verses in here, break them down to the spirit, and I pray that it's edifying, all right? Now, I'm going into this because of the prophecies that we're seeing manifest before our eyes, like the tension between America and NATO with the issue over Greenland, the tension between, the small hats and the Persians, Russia, Ukraine, I mean, you name it, all right? And everything that Esau is doing, he's doing it out of pride and arrogancy. You can see it when Donald Trump speak. You can see it when people of his cabinet speak. They're all boastful and proud. And pretty much Babylon's pride is going to cost her country, right? Her nation, so to speak. Because eventually, these nations, even her own allies, are going to retaliate, okay? It's only so much bullying and, taking that you can do to the point to where people feel helpless and threatened and they just react. And that eventually is going to happen unto Babylon for being how they are. And when you read here inside of Habakkuk chapter 2, I'll start at verse 1. This Habakkuk 2 and 1 NLT Bible, it says, I will climb up to my tower, to my watchtower, and stand at my guard post. There I will wait to see what the Lord Yahweh says and how he will answer my complaint. And if you are a prophet, a believer, you're commanded to be on your watchtower and stand at your guard post, man. Looking out for the prophecies, all right? Doing these videos, breaking down the scriptures, okay? And I know for me personally, man, I want to do more videos, And I be so damn tired out to work, that I don't want to do nothing, but there ain't no excuse because I know I'm not the only brother who work, long hours. But boy, sometimes it get to you, okay? It's sometimes the body say, bro, just lay down. You got to get some rest. But, yeah, man, we're all commanded to be on our guard posts and, to constantly prophesy this word until Jerusalem is a praise in the earth, as it says in Isaiah 62. But reading on here, it says, then he says, and how he will answer my complaints. We're all complaining unto the Most High about Esau, okay? About this world, about wickedness overall. We all complain unto the Most High, right? And so it says, verse 2, then the Lord Yahweh said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets, so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. So the Most High gave an answer unto Habakkuk's complaint, which is us in the spirit as well. And he said, write his answer down plainly on tablets, so that the runner can carry the correct message to others. If you're not carrying the correct message of the Lord, man, you may want to just stop ahead while you can, because the judgment for a false prophet is to be ultimately unalived by the Lord, all right? And there's a bunch of false prophets in Israel, a bunch of them, okay? They teach some truths, right? Which, keep their audience, engaged in following them. But these guys have mingled in doctrines and understandings that's not of the Lord. And they're causing the sheep to go astray, which they can cause the elect to go astray, right? But even if if there's a member of the elect following that madness right now, eventually they're going to shake off the BS, okay? Jake talking about Esau can be saved and all this other crap. Come on, man. A member of the elect going to say, no, that don't sound right. That's wrong. That's off. And many other things, you know? So you got to carry the correct message of the Lord, man. Point blank and period. It says, this vision is for a future time. So the Lord gave Habakkuk a vision for the future time. Even though Habakkuk complained at that time, okay, the Lord gave him some for the future. All right? It says, it describes the end and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. So he gave him an end time prophecy. Now, a Christian would tell you that, oh, the Old Testament is done away with, and all of the prophecies have been fulfilled. But this say that this is an end time prophecy. So what was given unto Habakkuk was for the end times, right? Now we understand through the Spirit and the Scriptures that the end time started when Yahushua was born. But here in our timeline, we in the last days of the last days, clearly. All right? It's clear that we are in the last days, bro. As much stuff that we're seeing, as much contention and all this stuff going on, you can't say that we're not in the last days, man. What's written is manifesting before our eyes, right? As it says inside of, what is that? 2nd Ezra 9, how that the end is manifest, we're seeing it. It says, verse 4, look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. And we know that's talking about Esau, okay? He's the proud, and they do trust in themselves, right? This is why they boast about artificial intelligence and robotics and how they're going to become gods, and they're going to alter our genes, our genetic makeup to live forever, yada, 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 okay? Esau think he got it. But see, the Most High gave him this power, these riches, this success that he have, so he can feel how he feels, okay? But this going to be to his destruction. It says, but the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High. And that's talking about the elect of Israel, okay? They're going to live by their faith and trust in the Most High, right? Be obedient. It says, wealth is treacherous and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples. And we're seeing this right now with America trying to take Greenland, okay? That's them, are never being satisfied, man. In their greed, okay? What they're doing in Venezuela, in the Middle East, right? This devil is greedy. He could never have enough. He could never be satisfied, man. He will consume the whole world, and then he want to go out of space and try to consume what's over out there, right? Which he won't do, but it just goes to show you how this man is like a disease, man, like a canker, okay? Esau could never be satisfied. He will never stop until Yahushua come back to physically stop this man in his tracks. Well, as far as Esau stopping with pillaging and unaliving people and raping and everything that he's doing, he would never stop, bro. As it tells you in, what is that, Psalms? Is it Psalms 140? How they are continually gathered for war? That's just how Esau is, man. What is that? Yeah. Psalms 40? Psalms 140. Yeah, here we go. Psalms 140 verse 1 says, deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. And we know that to be Esau. Nobody is more evil and violent than Esau, right? It says, which imagine mischiefs in their heart, continually are they gathered together for war. That's Esau's MO. This man is constantly pushing for war, constantly antagonizing people, constantly invading countries for their resources, overthrowing governments, unaliving, presidents and everything. That's just how Esau is, but he's not going to stop until the Lord said, okay, that's enough. And then we're going to see the war of Armageddon take place, as we call World War III. Okay, the war that will end all wars and ultimately overthrow this wicked kingdom as we know as Babylon the Great. All right, so this man can never be satisfied, but his wickedness, his pride is going to ultimately get him destroyed. Back in Habakkuk, and then I'm gonna close out for time's sake. Back in Habakkuk 2 NLT Bible, it says, verse 6, but soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? Now you will get what you deserve. You become rich by extortion. But how much longer can this go on? And we are the captives who's calling this man out for his wickedness, and that he's going to get what he deserves for everything that he has done, man. For pillaging the nation, carnage, all right, everything. But especially for enslaving the Israelites. Esau sealed his faith when he did that. If those Edomites truly understood the scriptures, they wouldn't have taken Jacob into captivity. But then again, they would have broke the will of the Most High, which is impossible to do. So this man, all right, is being called out, and he's going to get what he deserves. And that's all we're saying, bro. People call us hateful and, all these different things. Whatever, okay? Say what you're going to say. But the scripture's going to be fulfilled, and you devils going to get what you deserve, man. All right? The Lord willing, those edifying. I'll close out with that. All praise to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.